Hi, I'm Christian from CJR Performance. CJR stands for Christian, Jonathan, Racing and Performance, and we're known for the Hellcat guys that have 9-second street cars.
We're here with Christian, as he just said, talk about half-mile racing, racing in general, and just whatever on a month. So what got you into this?
Actually, Chrysler SRT8 2006 was my first Mopar. And then from there, playing with that car got me into becoming a licensed technician and opened up my own facility. And here we are now with many clients in the 9 seconds and boasting Canada's fastest challenger, Corey Williams, running 8.5, and many others. So we're getting into the roll racing and half-mile events because that's an avenue that we like to explore, as we're mainly known for drag racing.
Great segue. So obviously, you guys know how to make cars fast. Like 8.5 is no joke. So tell us what you thought about the event you guys came out last year. What's different between drag, half-mile?
Definitely traction. All-wheel drive is king. That's what we're bringing at Durango Hellcat this time. And then changing the tire setup. No drag radials, slicks. Hoosier slicks. So we're going to change the tire setup. We learned quite a bit that traction is paramount.
Yeah, so horsepower is horsepower, but
If you can't put it down, you ain't going nowhere.
so you guys mainly deal with Hellcats and, I mean, all the variants of the motor, right? The TRX, the Durango, everything else. What do you like about the platform? I mean, everyone jokes that, they're boats, they're heavy, they're big, but obviously you gotta make them work.
They are heavy. They're great for drag racing. Roll racing, physics take a big account. You have to make an extra, depending on the vehicle you're going after, maybe an extra 200 horsepower, at least to be comparable to like a lightweight Corvette that has only 700 at the wheel. Meanwhile, we need to make 900 plus at the wheel to be comparable.
Okay.
So it's huge, but the engine itself is actually pretty stout. There's not much we have to change, adding boost and obviously, the cooling of like the chillers that we're installing.
Mm-hmm.
So this way it maintains the nice cool air intake temps, because then especially on half-mile events, that's paramount. Otherwise, you're just gonna melt your pistons.
Yeah, I mean, you're running wide open for double the length now.
A lot, yeah. We're used to 9-second runs and that's it, with an air cooling system. So this way you just put fans on the motor, wait, 15, 20 minutes and you can go back out.
Yeah.
But in half-mile events, that's not going to work. You need an actual proper chiller system to be able to keep up with the longevity of like you being on full throttle.
That's interesting, right? Because a lot of people will think, quarter mile versus half mile, you're just on the throttle longer. Well, no, there's all the other bits that go with it.
Mm-hmm.
One, you don't have the VHT to stick, so like traction, like you mentioned. And then it's a lot harder on the cars because you're going from operating temperature to they basically spike at the quarter mile. When you're still on it, and it's going harder because you have air resistance pushing against the motor, and the motor is just cranking out boost and making power.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good point. So it's not like you can just take your regular 8.5 like Corey's drag car, stick it on the half mile, expect it to do the same and be as reliable.
Yeah, traction will be the biggest issue. So once it gets going, it's okay, but just the first 0 to 160 kilometers is going to be the challenge.
So that's where the competitive advantage is. Lighter.
All-wheel drive is king. That's why we let BMW guys do well, Mercedes guys do well, GTRs, phenomenal vehicles, they'll do well, period. Unless we start bringing out the Durangos or the Trackhawks out to be able to be comparable.
Now, there's always the notion of no replacement for displacement. Big block V8s, right? So is that where you guys see you top end a lot better, where you have the displacement, obviously the torque is there, but as you go faster in speed, you have more air drag, all that extra torque and power that you guys can make, and you guys are able to put it down. You're rolling out, traction's not much as an issue, so at the top end of the half-mile track.
Yep.
Is that where you guys see as a trade-off?
Top end, the cars shine. That's where they do well, but there's a limit in speed depending on, you can't have a brick go fast. It's hard. So the Durango, we'll see how it does. I'm sure he'll take off very quick, but then afterwards we'll see what happens in the top end.
Yeah, that'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah, we want to see that. So we're going to bring 2 sets of tires for that guy. So this way we're going to see what the difference is in combination from what a street tire setup would be, what it would run, and then the drag setup that it has usually used up in the quarter mile. We just want to get the data.
Yeah,
it'd be pretty cool.
This
way we can actually tell customers, okay, by the way, if you're gonna do, half-mile event, you will actually run faster with, street tires.
Yeah.
But we need to prove it. So that's where we're going there.
That's a very good point. I mean, you guys have built your reputation on being honest with your customers, trying it yourself before you...
Yeah, that's so we can sell a proper package.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Okay, so what car are you most excited to bring out? Who are you most excited to bring out in your vast customer fan base and your fleet to this half-mile stuff?
That'll be Blue Thunder. Since the upgrades, we're looking to see what that car can do, which is like going from a regular 3.0 Whipple to a 3.8. So
Supercharger is bigger than most people's full engines.
pretty much. Shout outs to the VQ guys. VQ engines, 3.8. Nissan 3.8. We put up Nissan VQ8 on top of the Hemi.
Top of the edit.
Yeah, that's what.
So we got Corey here, pilots to the Thunder. Corey, get in here. Welcome aboard.
Hey guys.
So Corey, you did 8.5 in Hellcat, which is just insane. Let's start from where it became. How did you get to 8.5? So where did this all start?
So this all started, I bought the car off one of my best friends,
Okay.
which was actually a client of Christian. So I bought the car, always had a need for speed, came to his event, came to another event, and this is where it all started. And my first run, I was in 11s, I think, and Christian's been 9s in my car before I even owned it. So then he sees me running like 11s and he's literally like, what the bro?
Okay.
So I continued the day and he's just like keeping an eye on me, seeing if I improved. Sure enough, I didn't. And then by the end of the day, came up to me, he's like, come on, we're going for a talk. So I got the pep talk from Christian, and then literally that next hour, he got me down from 11s down to literally 10-0, exactly on the button. And then the next event I came out, we broke into the 9s and I was just hooked since. And since he called me a driver,
I mean, that just goes to show like the kind of relationship he has with, like, you weren't even a client at the time, right?
No, it was literally my first event, and he just seen that I was getting worse and worse and worse. Took me for the pep talk, and he literally got me breaking record that day. Yeah, he's driven the car to do 9s too, because Jesse had a trouble day one day.
Yeah.
And Christian got in it. He did a 9-second run. What was it, 9.6 or 9.7?
9.7.
9.7. So he knew what the car was capable of.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's you, bro. It's not.
Yeah. Well, it's practice at the end of the day. We host the events on Toronto Motorsports Park every Saturday, once a month. There's a calendar available, and that is just for our clients to practice. Like, you need seat time, no matter what. It's seat time. Seat time. So, like, for example, Chris Jacobs, it took 2 years or 3 years plus for him to go from 12.5 seconds down to 9.5, becoming Canada's world's fastest manual Hellcat. So that was, took time.
Yes.
It was a full season of both myself and Chris, just constantly at the track, just racing. The second season that I was there every other weekend. And it was just seat time. And I would come here and I'd be like, Christian, I want to do ABC to the car. And he'd be like, no. And I'd be like, all right. I to the track and go. And then a whole season with the exact same setup, I got the car down to 9.4. And then eventually I just kept being more and more determined. And I set the Canada's fastest stock Hellcat record at 8.97. That was stock motor, stock blower, and stock transmission. None of them had ever been opened up. And then just from there, just kept being more and more determined.
All right, so you got seat time, you know how to drive the car. Came out last year, tried your hands at half-mile racing.
Yep. I loved it. It was an awesome time. It was a great experience. Being here in Ontario, you don't have many options like that to do half miles, so it was awesome just to go and actually get to let the car really wide open. It was sweet, but braking issue, traction issue for sure, but this year we're determined again, and we're going to solve those problems and come out strong again.
What's the 2024 setup now?
Well, I got a bigger Whipple, 3.8 Whipple, shout out Whipple, make it a little bit more jam, a little bit more secrets.
Okay.
And yeah, we're
Christian sauce.
Yeah, pretty much. Jonathan too. He's the man under the hood, so shout out to him. But yeah, we got a little bit of a package coming together. We got slicks for it this year, and then we're gonna have the 2-piece brakes with it. So a lot more stocker power and a lot more power.
Okay.
Yeah, and a parachute, so just in case.
All right. Well, Christian, if people want to reach out, find you, how do they get in contact with you?
Email Christian@CJ Performance. Phone number is 416-909-9477. You can check out our Instagram for daily updates, and Facebook, and obviously our YouTube videos, which we have many. But looking forward to doing the half-mile event again this year and bringing more clients, obviously, to get them to enjoy.